Live from beautiful Ohio, it's the OK Boomer podcast, featuring siblings, the real Jean and Laura.
Hello. I'm Laura.
And I'm Jean. And we are here to encourage all you boomers, millennials, and everyone out there to be happily okay together.
Yes, we're trying to be happily okay, aren't we? We may not know who we are. He.
Yes, he. Did anyone catch that?
Although maybe we're right. Maybe I am Laura.
And maybe I'm really Jean.
Oh, we should try that for a while.
That would be fun. I should spend like my whole day just saying I'm you.
Yes, you could sit around. Here's what you could do. You could read books all day long.
I love it. And you can deal with closings that aren't working and inspection reports that go wrong.
Let's try it. We could have a whole new podcast.
We could, or a movie like where the mom and the daughter switch and all that good
right.
stuff.
We'll switch. I no offense, but I think you might be getting the better end of the bargain, right?
Who knows? So how have you been, my dear Jean?
Yes, and I'm happy to be back together podcasting with you. My goodness, these days go by so fast, right? We might not know our names.
No.
We might not know what day it is.
Barely.
Here we are.
And somehow, these weeks just fly by. It's incredible. Yeah. But here we be, and I'm sipping my wonderful maple coffee. May the aroma fly over to you.
Oh, thank you. I love maple. Who doesn't love maple and maple syrup and pancakes?
Oh, so good.
Awesome.
So good. Okay, now that I'm hungry, tell me what your week was.
Yes, I'll tell you about my week a little bit. I had one of these experiences that we've remarked on before. That'll be my intro to this. This is one of these experiences we could add to our list of interesting coincidences.
Yes.
Okay, so I went to the dentist yesterday. Somehow I remembered I had an appointment. Actually, I didn't have to remember because for about a year or two, my dentist has that new system where they send you incessant texts and emails, and you have to hit some number if you're coming and some number if you're not coming. And so they're constantly reminding you of it.
Which I wish mine would. I just get a cheerful little phone call from the gal that works there. And invariably, I am just completely startled and amazed that I have a dentist appointment.
Yeah, right. Because it is amazing, like we said, how fast 6 months can go by.
Yes.
Even in these days. So yes, after many texts and emails, I showed up. And as you probably know, what you do now is you pull into the parking lot.
Yes.
You call them and then they say, oh, thanks, Jean, and we'll call you back when you can come in.
All right.
So I prepare to sit there. And what do you do when you're sitting in the car like that?
You play games.
Right.
I play Free Cell. Love it.
Oh, yeah. Now, which one? Oh, Free Cell. That's the one where you have to. Oh, I like Free Cell too.
Yeah,
the stacks.
It's a goodie. The stacks. Continue.
Right. Can you do 4 suits or whatever it is? All 4 suits?
Yep.
Sometimes it takes a while.
It does. But it keeps our little brains going. All right. So you're sitting in there doing
solitaire.
something.
I like that too. I think that's what I was thinking of, was Spider Solitaire. Have you played that?
Oh, it's been a while.
It's tricky. Yes.
Right. Okay.
So there I am doing that, maybe an occasional glance at Facebook. All of a sudden,
yes,
tap on my window, my car window.
Which, if that had been my OH, he would have just been completely startled and his head would have gone through the roof.
Yes, and he would have choked on his lozenge.
Exactly.
All together now.
Lozenges. Yep.
But I didn't. I looked over and lo and behold,
it was God.
No, that would be great. Yeah, an angel of the Lord appeared.
That's right. It is the season.
Yeah, it is. We'll be getting to that too. This is kind of like a advent of the Advent talk we're going to do. But anyhow, it was my older son.
In the parking lot of the dentist?
Yes, and he lives about a half hour away.
Okay.
Well, as it turns out, he had a dental appointment too at the exact same time.
That's amazing.
I know. It was fun. So we chatted a bit, and then, he's not for waiting in the parking lot. He just goes right in, and when I went in, I tried to find him, but I don't know, they'd stashed him in a closet or somewhere to keep him until.
Right. Well, they
It
keep
was
everyone so separated
So I
everywhere.
only was able to like wave to him on my way out. I took the long way around the hallway and found him
That's so
in
fun,
his chair.
though.
Has your dentist changed chairs? Because now in my dentist's office, you pretty much lay down flat.
Really? Well, I have to confess, in this whole year of COVID, I have not been to the dentist once.
Oh,
I know my teeth are starting to feel, they get a little scuzzy. As much as you brush and floss, I got the film. I really need to go.
there's nothing like that first day or two. You're
Uh,
right, where your teeth just feel so
yeah.
shiny
So they
and
lay you
crisp.
flat. So I have not seen a dentist chair in a year.
It pretty much, yes, you're laid flat, which is okay, but then you almost feel like you're being waterboarded, sort of. I mean, there's a lot of water and
Yeah.
stuff
Now,
going
why do
on.
they do that? They feel that the germs go straight up.
I don't know if it's a COVID thing or not. Yeah, I don't know. I should ask them.
Wow.
But there you are laying off flat. I mean, it's kind of comfortable until the water stuff.
No.
So I went to the dentist. That was my. I mean, this is my life now, Laura. You wouldn't want to switch to me. My big excitement between our last podcast and this podcast has been going to the dentist and seeing my son.
But exciting lives we lead. Yes.
Right, but it does remind me, and you and I have remarked on this, I assume other people have too, how many, I don't really want to call them coincidences because, God's in charge, but how many really times that you could have easily missed someone? Like we passed each other in the mall. If one of us had turned to like look at something longer, we wouldn't have passed each other.
Right. If I had been longingly looking at those boots I want, boom, the moment wouldn't have happened.
It's amazing. And then other times you can hardly get together. Like we kind of had trouble scheduling when to record this podcast.
We did.
Whereas you could randomly meet, somewhere. Right. We ran into, this was kind of amazing when we happened to be we were on vacation in New York City, a long weekend vacation last December.
Yes.
Before this all began, we were walking down Fifth Avenue.
Yes. Always fun.
Fifth Avenue, I mean, it is packed. Those sidewalks, as you know, the walkways are very wide. It's just a whole crowd.
Yes.
Whole bulging, moving crowd. We're walking along.
Yes.
You hear someone yell, "Paige!" We look around. It was our sales ticket guys from the Cavs game from back in Cleveland.
You're kidding me.
No, they were on a weekend trip too.
It is unbelievable sometimes.
On Fifth Avenue just thousands probably within a couple yards of me, it seems like. And they spotted, and they were going the other way. They were going one way, we were going the other way, and they saw us. And so we had fun chatting with them. But there again, it's really fun when those coincidences or connections.
Yes, our God moments. Well, we were in Times Square maybe 3 years ago. And similar kind of thing, I heard a Laura, and it was a Heartbeat family I hadn't seen in a long time. That's a jump rope team my girls used to be on, but it is amazing when you are far, far away and yet you connect.
And in a place like that where it would be so easy, a few more steps and you'd be buried in the...
Right.
Well, how about, this reminds me, oh my gosh,
yes.
How about when you were with your older daughter?
Yes.
In Paris, you were at a cafe.
Yes.
Was it the Café de la Paix?
I don't remember, but we may have talked about this before. I'm not sure, but it was amazing. We were sitting down at this adorable little cafe near the Champs-Élysées. And we kept talking chicken. It was a wonderful roasted chicken dinner I had. I do remember my foods. And we were chatting, and the woman overheard me say, "Oh, you're from the States." Yes, yes, yes. "Oh, we both from Ohio." Yes, yes, yes. Feeling pretty amazed. And it whittled down to she lived very close to you, which was
she lived
unbelievable.
It was like a half mile away.
Yeah. I mean, here we are in Paris. So God moments. And do you wonder if God is just, I don't know, does he have little angels who help them? And he says, hey, this would be a fun connection. Let's go to that little table in Paris.
Right. Or I want Laura or Jean to know that I'm thinking about them. That, a little fun surprise, a little something to.
Exactly. I like to think that. I like to think this is all divinely inspired.
Well, let's think that. So the last thing I'll tell you about my week is, and I'm going to be sharing more about this in 2021.
That would be the next year.
Yes, I had to think a minute.
That's
a
okay.
minute about where are we? No, we're not in the year 2000. We're up to 2021.
Almost.
And I'm going to talk more about it then, because by that point I'll be much further along in the process.
Yes.
But we have officially begun, the OH and I have officially begun the downsizing project. We are selling both our homes and we are moving. So more to come on this.
Yeah, you did why I'm not just sounding completely amazed and shocked is you did give me a couple days notice here. But I was amazed and shocked when you started this conversation, which more to come. But yes, you have officially started this downsizing process, and we are actually upsizing. We're going opposite ends here.
And you can report on that. So that's what we're going to talk about in January, how your upsizing went, how my downsizing went. It doesn't seem like we would meet, would it? You're going up, I'm going down.
and somehow we will discuss all this together happily.
Yes. So
happily
I would appreciate
okay
prayers and happy thoughts for everyone who's done it, both ways, for people who have upsized or downsized. It's always an upheaval, but box by box.
Oh, Collie, box by box. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Well, you've had quite the week.
Yeah, not bad, right? How about you?
Oh, it's the usual. The usual. First off, I don't know what it is with me. Again. And I say again, I wake up this morning and put my contacts in the opposite eyes.
No!
And then it takes me forever to get them sorted out, and I put them back, and then I can't remember, and I'm washing them. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
My eyes. So
but at least you did realize that you weren't going blind.
Yes, I remained calm. I realized the situation at hand was simply you cannot figure out which contact to put in which eye. But I'm good. I'm good.
Huh.
I'm good.
I wonder why this is starting now. You've worn contacts for a long time.
Oh, I don't even want to say how long. Close to 50 years. That's a terrifying thought.
Yeah. Now you take them out every night, or do you leave them in sometimes?
Nope. Every night I clean them. I rub them gently, put them in their little solutions. The green lid on the right eye, the white lid on the left, and yet this,
well, I know my younger son, I think he leaves his contacts in for like years. So that is something you could try.
Oh gosh, no. Nope.
Probably should give that advice over the podcast. Don't do that. But I think young people do that. That's been my experience.
Well, see, I've got old eyes. So when I take my contacts out, I can actually read beautifully.
Oh,
if I want to play free cell and see things close up before I go to sleep.
Yes.
So anyway, so that was how I started my day. And then I don't know if we'll hear power drills in the background at some point, but as we had mentioned, we're upsizing. So my whole house is in disarray. It's just in complete disarray. And trying to get your home looking festive with Christmas trees is a little tricky, but we're doing our best.
I guess you could, decorate ladders.
We
right?
could.
Ladders
Indeed, we could.
Scaffolding, you can decorate all that.
Yeah, all these wires hanging out. They make nice lights.
Right.
When
Try
you
that on
Instagram.
Try that.
I should do that. But I tell you, Jean, and this has brought back kind of warm, comfortable memories of Mom. My washer and dryer, yes, these are first world problems. We're redoing the laundry room. So now my washer and dryer is in none other than the basement. Well.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that takes us back a couple generations, doesn't it?
It does. And I think back, first off, I have to say, I sort of like it in the basement. I don't have to worry about my tides spilling onto my nice floor. it's kind of freeing to just be able to have things fall out and this and that and lay things on my washer and dryer. Nobody sees it. I'm almost liking it,
but
it brought me back memories of Mom in the basement doing a wash with a Ringer washing machine.
and slightly electrocuting herself, as I recall.
Yes.
After a while, right.
Yes, and that worried me as a small child that I would find Mom someday. Sadly, that was it with the Ringer. But
And I'm not sure, just to put this in context, I'm not sure other moms or families were really doing this at that time.
We are not that old. I mean, we're old, but yeah, she just
right.
liked the Ringer washer. So if anyone has memories.
So you don't mind carrying your wash all the way down? I mean, that's 2 flights for the clothes. You're going down.
It is 2 flights. I feel like I have a 3-story house now because I'm using my basement so much more. I'm getting steps, Jean. Steps. It's amazing. So that's my upsizing, and we'll talk more about it. Hopefully it'll be closer to being done here in the upcoming 2021.
That's what I'm hoping to. I'm hoping we start out our first, show in January and say, "Yay, we did it!" Applause all around.
Exactly. So, have you come up with I've also been spending a little time on my own Christmas list.
Okay.
And I have 2 items on my list, throwing out hints to anyone that, feels so inclined. Maybe my OH is listening. I've decided
that you want hints for things. People are really decorating early. I was going to kind of lead into all this by talking about Advent is coming. Let's just back up a step. This is going to fit really well, I think, Laura.
All right.
I think we got this. This is going to come along great, everybody. Advent is actually with us, the time of year leading up to Christmas.
Yes.
A time that lends itself to maybe more contemplation, looking inside yourself, preparing your heart and home for the birth of Jesus, but also preparing yourself. So I think that in talking about that, it sounds like that's what you're doing.
Yes, because Advent, as you mentioned, means like expectant waiting. We're waiting expectantly. And of course, in Christian world, we're waiting for the birth of Christ. But yes, so we're expectantly waiting. And on my list of things I'm expectantly waiting, I have 2 items.
Yes. See, you did segue very nicely.
Yes.
2 items. Okay.
2 items. Number 1, hearing aids. I've just decided I'm between Ergo and Lively, and I will let you folks know which one I end up getting and why.
So I don't have to learn sign language yet. Good.
Nope, not
I think
yet.
people have been worried about your ears. I have heard from other people who listen. Yeah.
I know. So that'll be a big topic. And then this is just a fun stocking stuffer I want for myself.
Yes.
Tongs. 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 Have you seen in the Kentucky Fried Chicken commercials, they place and put their chicken on their plates using these tongs that have chicken feet. I just love it. So that's what my expectant waiting for hearing aids and chicken feet tongs.
That's so funny because if like a poor husband somewhere had thought, my wife always likes that commercial. I'll get her some chicken feet tongs and she'll love it. Well, I mean, she would love it at all.
Yes, true. So that is me. That is my week. That's what I'm expectantly awaiting. What say you?
Oh my, yes. I'm probably leaning more toward the contemplative, centering myself vision of Advent, and how that came about a teeny bit is I was floating around last month the lazy river. I've talked on and on about that. So I was floating, warm temperatures, beautiful scenery, blue sky.
And this was in
around,
Orlando,
and it just
not Ohio, everyone.
Right.
Not down the Cuyahoga River.
No. Although people apparently are kayaking down rivers now in Ohio.
Oh yes, but not in December. Okay. Maybe
No.
they are.
So, but they are. I mean, actually, people have really taken to do many more outside things, this summer. Okay, so I'm floating. Just hit me like, it just hit me. I mean, one minute I'm happily floating.
Yeah.
The next minute, it really is like a voice said, you need to go home and sell both your houses. You need to have this kind of relaxed lifestyle where you're just ready for whoever needs you. If I myself need myself, if my kids need me, if my sister needs me, you just need to be ready and not so encumbered by houses and things. It just came to me. I could be so free.
Wow. So you
Right.
did it.
And I was even talking to, I had a very nice Zoom chat.
Yes.
With Adele Gill, who is a Christian writer. Oh, just writes beautiful blog posts and books. Adele is how you spell her first name, and then Gill. And she was saying that, yes, she could see that God was reaching out to me to maybe to start to turn inward a little more and think more about my inner thoughts.
Huh.
So that might be something I'll let you know next year too. But that's what Advent is meaning to me. Now, if you recall, Laura,
Yes.
I'm switching topics slightly here.
Oh, no. Okay.
Last year at this time, yes. Last year around this time, what were we contemplating doing?
Well, actually, over a yummy breakfast. Sorry, the old frog in the throat, but I'm not choking on my spittle.
No, good.
No.
Yeah, almost. It was close.
Almost. It was a close call there, but I'm forging ahead. We were happily having breakfast at a wonderful little place, probably pouring maple syrup on pancakes. And we talked about, wouldn't it be fun to do a podcast?
Yes. Now, we should tell people, and they probably wouldn't be too surprised, that you and I have met for breakfast many times up until this year. And
Yes.
we have had many various ideas of things we should do.
Oh, all through the years. Now, have we actually completed many of these ideas or brought them to fruition?
No,
but lo and behold,
this year we did it.
We did it pretty much for an entire year now.
Yes, and we've loved it. It's exceeded our expectations. I think at the beginning we were worried, like, what would we talk about? I don't know why we worried about that.
True, we have not had a problem with chitter chatter. And thank you, dear listeners, for listening to us chit chat. But yes, it has been so much fun. I have learned things that I didn't know about my own sister just through this podcast.
Yes, and we talked about, one of our favorite themes, and we probably need to get back to this next year. I always liked, and I think you thought of it, was the should boomers be allowed to?
Yes,
I like
exactly.
That. I like connecting with people, even though we were home and we only did the first few podcasts actually together in the same room from what, March or April on. We've been doing this over the phone, but I like the feeling that we are connecting with lots of friends. That's a good feeling.
It is a good feeling, even though we can't actually physically see a lot of our friends right now. At least we're connecting this way. And even you and I, we do not get together hardly at all anymore, but I feel just as connected to you, Jean.
Yeah. Oh, yes. We'll always have our
yes, we will.
fun. And I was thinking back. One of our first episodes, we talked about dogs, and what a wonderful year it's turned out to be for dogs, hasn't it?
It has.
Yes, yes. Like there are no more like rescue dogs in rescue shelters. Everybody's rescued them to have a pet at home. They've got to stay at home every day, lounging on the couch while their families work.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's been a great year for dogs.
It has. I know my neighbor, she sadly lost her husband, but shortly before he passed away, he wanted her to have a beautiful husky. So they got this puppy, and we actually just walked it yesterday, and he's growing up to be beautiful. And yes, it is a good year for dogs and their owners.
Yes. We talked about cereal, I think, at one point.
Cereal is always a big topic, yes.
It's a good snack, isn't it? Right now, I don't know if you have tried the cereal, but we are really hooked on it. We eat it as cereal. I put it on my yogurt. In the evening, I have a dish of fruit with it on. And it's Post Honey O's.
Oh, that is good. That is so good. I am currently into it's the Chex, corn Chex, but it's peanut butter flavored.
Well, that called out to me. How does that taste?
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I like to mix cereals. So I mix that with my shredded wheats, etc. So yes, cereal has been a big thing. Now I have found, because we didn't really want to use the names of our dear spouses, I still am now calling my spouse my OH everywhere I go.
And do people know what you mean by that? Or
I don't think so. They look at me quizzically, but I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you do. I have to say, I think that's probably more of an English term, but I just liked it. So you're right. I use it too. So
exactly.
That's something.
And I feel like I've gotten closer to millennials. Like I'm now appreciating millennials more than I ever did.
Okay. You want to go on with that?
They bring up a lot of good points, like proteins. I never thought about proteins until my millennials taught me the value of proteins. And I think they do have an appreciation for, I don't know, taking time to really enjoy life and see life. I don't know. They bring a different perspective that I appreciate. Although, God love them, do your millennials call you? They cannot find anything in a grocery store.
Yes.
They constantly call and say, just the other day, the one called and said, we can't find the shake and bake.
Yes, and I know it's so funny, right? And you know exactly.
I knew exactly. It's right by the bakery, the baking. Yes, like we know exactly, but invariably once a week we get a call from one of them.
That's so funny. You have marshmallows or another.
Oh yeah, yes, but we as boomers know where things are in a grocery store.
We do. Although it throws me off a little bit when you have to go up when they have the aisle directions.
Yes, and this is still a pet peeve of mine, still bothers me when people go the wrong direction.
Yes.
Yesterday, somebody was coming out and they stopped to let us in as if they were doing us a big favor. And I wanted to say, look at the arrow. You're the one coming out the wrong end.
Yes.
But anyway.
Well, maybe they couldn't find the
shake and bake
Marsala wine or whatever.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
That would be. Laura, we are winding down, and I want to make sure that we have time to get a tad serious because we are probably known for like laughing and joking and smiling and trying to stay happy, and that is important to us. That really is.
Yes,
it really is. But we also know that it's like the weather. The sun comes out, then the clouds go by. The sun comes out, then the wind blows strong and it rains. So not everyone all over is having a sunny day.
Correct.
And I just want to say, if you're a friend of ours, and we have lots of friends, we know. I mean, you may be going through just a really rainy, dark, cloudy time, and we love you.
We do love you, and even within our own family, we're having some challenges. So we do understand that, right? Everything isn't all just fun and laughs and jokes, but through it all,
we haven't been laughing. There's been some days lately that, have really saddened me, but I still like to laugh with you, Laura.
I do too, and that's where, I mean, as we're approaching year and Christmas, I'm just so thankful for you, for family, for our faith, which gets us through absolutely every day, and you betcha we will just keep smiling and laughing and be happily okay together as best
we'll be here in January. We are taking a couple extra weeks off in December, so Laura has time to decorate your ladders, and I have time to keep filling those boxes, and hopefully we have some ways to connect with our family and have some kind of celebration. So, and the baby, any baby news?
Oh, yes. No, not yet, but as soon as we may have to have a little bonus episode with baby news, even if it's short, we might have to do that. So we are expectantly awaiting this baby, which really goes in with the whole Advent season. So,
Yeah,
we're
you're
tying these
fabulous.
ends
And
together.
another thing to be thankful for. That'll certainly be a sunny day for us when we get to meet our new little girl, I guess, right?
I know. A little baby. We've been calling her Baby Posy for months now, so I can't wait to meet
name.
Baby
I
Posy.
absolutely love that name.
Well, I'll probably just keep calling her Posy.
Oh,
so,
please
but
do.
we'll let you
And
know.
I just want to say, before we say goodbye, thank you to all the health workers. We may have mentioned this before, but yesterday we got a blog post from your daughter, my niece, about her month-long COVID journey being a nurse in the ICU at the height of the COVID in the spring.
In New Orleans.
And just reading it, it just made me again say, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for people who are so trained and so skilled and so caring and so dedicated and brave and tireless. Thank you.
Truly, thank you. I mean, words just don't even
here.
begin to say how thankful we
But
are
I want
for
to
all
say,
of them.
actually, Laura, I could say to you, happy birthday. Your birthday's around this time. So happy birthday. I hope you get the chicken tongs for Christmas.
Thank you.
You'll have to report. Yeah.
Crossing my fingers.
You better send a note to Santa.
Crossing my tongs.
I love you. Happy holidays.
I love you. Thank you, Pat, at Speak Up Talk Radio. It's been a fun year doing this with you.
It has. And look for us on social media, and an easy way to find us is at okboomerpod.com. We love you.
We love you.
Be sure to come back to beautiful Ohio and the OK Boomer podcast. To listen to previous episodes or to drop us a line, visit okboomerpod.com.